Okay, so tonight we're going to be learning Sour Grass and Granite by Brian Pickett. I'll play it for you once, and then we'll break it down. So a couple things: listening for keys, listening for how many parts does the tune have, listening for if there's any irregularities in the rhythm or in the structure, listening for slur patterns, bowing patterns, first note of each part, last note of each part. All of those things will be helpful for you to know when you're learning the tune. So have a listen for those. Here we go. 1, 2. So, okay, we'll get started with learning the tune now. So we'll just do a call and response. Key is D, and it's a waltz. So we've got 3 beats in every bar, and it's a pretty standard traditional tune. So it has 2 parts, an A part and a B part. And there is minimal slurring in the version that I'm going to teach you now. We'll just play it as straight as possible, and you guys can go in and add more slurs in later if you want to. We'll just put in the most necessary ones for now. Okay, so first part. Ready, go. Your turn. And then from there, we're going to use a D major arpeggio. So for all of you studious people who practice your arpeggios, this is where it pays off. So we're going to throw a note on the beginning of our arpeggio. So we're going to start on the D, but then we're going to dive down to a low A, and then we're going to play the arpeggio. So with the pickup notes now, which were, we put that all together, we get ready and your turn. Ready, go. I'm gonna add a little bit onto that. So in the key of D, we have a C sharp, which means that we have a high second finger on the A string, but we have G naturals. So we're gonna have a low second finger on the E string. So just make sure that you're switching your second finger there. High on the A to a low 2 on the E. Ready, together. Let's try that again. Second finger on the D. Ready, go. One more time. Ready, go. Okay, I'm going to give you a little bit more and then we'll stick it all together. So the next little bit is bless you, Molly. Okay, so if I throw those notes on the end of what we've got so far, we get we're just going to go that far for now. Let's loop that, okay? Nice and slow, starting on the F sharp, second finger on the D. Ready, go. Nice. Looks like you guys are all doing the right thing. Let's do it a couple more times. Ready, go. Ready, go. One last time. Ready, go. Okay. Next phrase is we're going to go back to that note again. I'm down on the D string now. And then back to the A line. Okay, and then that's the start of our next phrase. So let's see if we can go from the beginning up to there now. Starting on the F sharp. Da, da, da. Ready, go. Nice. Let's do it again. Ready, go. Good. next phrase. So starting on that B that we just left off from, that's our downbeat. So I'm going to go. Ready, go. So I'm just crossing my second finger over to the D string there. The second finger on the D there. And then from there, I'm going to walk up again. So just coming up the scale. Ready, go. Same thing. Okay, we're almost finished the first time through. So the beginning of that phrase, starting on the B, is going to sound like this all together. Let's see if we can put that all together. Starting on the B. 1, 2, 3. Try that again. First finger. 1, 2, 3. So just remember, when you go down to that D2 the first time, it's just kind of a scale up, right? Walk up. 1, 2, 3. Nice. One more time and then we'll stick it all together. 1, 2, 3. Right on. Okay, so here's a reminder of what we've already done. Starting with F sharp, walking down. Walking up. Okay, let's try it. Second finger on the D. 1, 2. Okay, let's do it again. Second finger on D. Ready, go. Couple more times. Same thing, second finger on the D. Ready, go. Right on. So after that, it's almost an exact repeat, except for a second ending. It hops in there. The way we get back to the beginning is we just add a third finger to finish our original pickup notes for second finger. So we're just going to add a third finger at the beginning of that. So we just have one more pickup note the second time. So let's try playing through the tune once and then adding that third finger and doing those pickup notes and trying to get into the second time through. And I'll stop you before we end up in the second. Okay. Second finger on the D string. 1, 2. Third finger. And then that's where the second ending comes in. The second ending is really easier. It's easier than the first one. Just a little hot cross buns. The first ending was. And then the second ending is. And that is the A part in its entirety. That doesn't repeat. That is a repeat of A. Okay. So you've got half the song finished already. So going from the beginning, I'll play it through at least a couple times. If you want to listen to the first time and then join in on the second time, just so you can get in your head, you're welcome. If you feel like you've already got it, then play along. Here we go. From the top. Whole 2 A's. 1, 2. Second ending. Yay! Shannon made it. We're learning sour grass and granite, Shannon. Okay, let's try that again. Second finger. 1, 2. Does anybody have any questions? Because now would be the time to clarify anything. I'm going to play it a few more times after this, but maybe you've got a question, put your hand up. Any parts you want me to clarify? Yeah, Susan? You want to unmute your mic?
No, I don't have any questions. I just find it very hard to hear you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I went and got another speaker, and even then I don't find it all that. I don't know whether anyone else is having that problem.
Same. I couldn't hear you. That's why I was mucking around for a while. But with earphones in, it's way better.
Is it? Okay.
So yeah, if you have
same
earphones, otherwise, like I'm just doing it on my laptop and the speaker's too quiet, so I can't hear you over me playing.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can do anything about it on your end. Probably not. But
my microphone is turned up almost to the max. I'm going to turn it up right up to the full blast and tell me if that helps. So hang on. Oh, it doesn't want to move up. Move up. It's not letting me move it up any louder than it's at. Oh, there it goes. How's that?
That's much better.
That's at its max. That's good?
That's great.
Great. Awesome. Thanks for letting me know. Yeah, somebody said that it was hard to hear last week too, so I cranked up my mic, but it looks like it reset itself since last week. So
yeah, that's
good.
A lot louder already.
Awesome. Okay. So no questions about the A part? Okay, let's play it a few more times and that'll give Shanna a chance to catch up to us. You already kind of know this tune, right? You've heard it before anyway, so that you've got a little bit of an advantage. Okay, let's loop this A part a couple more times. 1, 2. Again. 1, 2. One more time and pick up the tempo a little bit. It's okay if you can't keep up. Remember, we're recording this, so you can always come back and rewatch parts or practice things slower later. 1, 2, 3, and ready, go. More like waltz speed, goal speed. There's one little ornament I like to put in that's not in the music, but the way I learned it, the person put it in, so I'll show it to you guys and you can choose to put it in or not. They just do a little catch of the open D string there. And you can do it on the down bow or on the up bow. I think I do it on the down. And then I do a little are on there as well, like a little grace note on the A. So in slow motion, I'm doing, those two notes are separate. And then on my A, I'm doing a little bit of a rock so that my bow catches the D. And then on the way up, I'm just bringing my first finger on the A just a little bit late, just a little bit after I play the A, so that I hear a little bit of the open A. Your other option would be to play the D on the up bow. Neither one is wrong. They sound a little different, so you can pick the one you like the sound of best, or not do it at all, whatever you like. It's just a nice little extra note to have in there. So let's try that a couple more times, and then we'll go on to the B part, and you guys can muck around with that later. Okay, 1, 2, 3, and ready, go. Who got the pickup? Nope. Okay, we'll do it one more time. Sue's Dorian saying, do it again, do it again. Okay, we'll do it again. 1, 2, 3, ready, go. By a show of fingers, how many more times do you want to play the A part before we move on to the B part? 5.
Charles?
Molly?
No. That's me having a question. Hi. In between the two A parts, the little bridge, is it just like a scale down on the D string, or
Yeah.
the third, second, first? Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Just check it.
The first time it's
Yeah.
from the 2, and then the second time it's from the 3.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
So I kept missing that part, but yeah.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah. Any other little bits, hang-ups? Okay. Couple more times. 2, 3, 2. 2's good. Okay. 1, 2, 3, and ready, go. Last time before we move on to the B part. 1, 2, 3, and ready, go. so you can have a good listen to it. So I want you to watch me one more time, and I'm gonna emphasize where the slurs that I put in are. So pickup notes are on separate bows the first time. Slur there. Slur. 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 So the slurs are in the same place both times through, and then on the repeat, the pickup notes become a slur as well. So, B part starts with, so we're walking up from third finger on the A string up to an F sharp. Okay, and then we're gonna do a little crossover with our first finger. So normally what I would suggest here is to kind of try and wedge your first finger in between your A string and your E string, so that instead of rocking your finger, you've actually got your first finger planted in a spot that it will hit the E and the A in exactly the same spot. It makes things a lot less messy, and it makes it easier to play it smoothly. So if you go and just practice landing that first finger in between the strings rather than on the E and then rocking it over to the A. So you can see my first finger is it's in between my E and my A. Okay. It's a good habit to get into too. Like really the less rocking your finger back and forth you can do, the better. Because when you rock or lean your finger, it actually ends up out of tune on at least one of the notes, if not both the notes. So it's a good habit to like be able to get your finger in between the strings so you can hit both of them in the same spot. So what I'm doing there is I'm got my first finger on my E, and my next notes are A1s. So you can see I'm not moving my finger's staying static, and my bow's moving. So I'm going from an F sharp to a B there. Third finger on A. Ready, go. Same thing. And then from there, we're gonna walk up, skipping the open E all the way back up to F sharp. So like a scale, but with no open E. Okay, so that all together sounds like this. Okay. Ready, your turn. Okay, and again, since we left the first finger there in between the two notes, when we do the one's still there, so we don't have to put the finger back on. There's lots of like, it's sort of like shortcutting, right? Okay, and then we're going to do the same pattern, but one note lower. So we're going to start on open E, and we're going to go to open A. Okay, so let's try putting those together. We'll skip the pickup notes for now, starting with the first finger on the E and the A, wedging it in between. Switch to opens. Okay, try it again. First finger, ready, go. Same thing. Same thing. Nice. Okay, let's put the pickup notes back in there. So the pickup notes were third finger on A walking up. Okay, ready, go. Nice, let's try that again. Third finger on A walking up. Ready, go. Nice. Next part's easy. We're just going to walk down. On the A3. So let's just tag that on to what we've got so far. Going from the pickup notes, starting with third finger on A, the D. Ready, go. Nice. Let's do it again. 1, 2. One more time. Same thing. Okay, moving on. So starting with my F sharp now. F sharp to open D, and then bouncing up to the B on the A. Okay, and then this is where our first slur comes in here. Slurring to an open A. And then progressing a little bit further in that phrase. Okay, so starting with the B, first finger on A, slur. So that phrase, so you can hear it a few times, is it's not super linear. I remember learning this one and getting really frustrated with that phrase. Lots of skipping notes. 2 open, 1 slur to the AA, 2 A. D major arpeggio. So you're almost finished the B part. Arpeggio. And just make sure before that arpeggio that you really hold on to the D. 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3. Okay. Let's try that together. First finger on the A. 1 and 2 and 3. Nice. Let's try it again. First finger. 1, 2, 3. Right on. Last phrase of the B part. So first finger on the E string, F sharp, and here's our second slur. To the open E. Okay. It will probably make more sense when it's in context. So I'm just going to play you the B chunk that we've done so far, so you can hear it. Okay, I know it's a big piece, but I think you'll get it better if we just play it in its entirety. So I'll play it a few times and we can put all those pieces together. So starting with our third finger on the A, on the D note, working our way up, pick up notes. Da-da-dee-da-da. Remember, we're trying to block that first finger in between the A and the E string just to make our lives a little bit easier. Ready, go. Nice. And because I can read all of your minds, I'm going to see where the slurs are this time. Ready, go. Slur here. Slur. So it's both times it's between a first finger and an open on A and on E. Hopefully that helps. Let's try that again from 1, 2. Great. Just a reminder when you do this part, it's an arpeggio, but you kind of got to wait for the arpeggio to happen. 1 and 2 and 3 and. Let's try that one more time. I just noticed some people's bows were moving before mine, and there's a delay. So some people were getting excited about the arpeggio. Let's try it again. Da da da. Ready, go. Nice. The second time through, the pickups are exactly the same notes, but are both backwards now. So this is when we're going to put a slur on them. So now starting on an up bow slur. Same, same. So the second ending is almost the same as the first ending. Slur is still there. As opposed to, which was the first note, the first ending. So now you have the whole B part. Yay. So let's do second half of the B part. Okay, so going from the pickup notes, but up bow slur this time, and then into the second ending. 1, 2. Okay, let's try that one more time. Up bow slur, second time, second half of B. Ready, go. Okay, so now let's try whole B part. Okay, so starting from the same pickup notes, but separate bows first time through, first ending, and then pickup notes with the slur, and then second ending. Da, da, da. Ready, go. Up bow slur. Nice. Right on. Yeah, you're done. Let's stick it together. I'll play it through a couple times, so if you want to listen the first time through just to process it all, you're welcome to. If you've already got it sorted, then feel free to play along. So, A part starts with, okay. 1, 2, 3, ready, go. play it a couple more times, don't worry, but I just thought I'd check in now if there's any questions, any bits you want to go over, connections, blurs. No. Nobody really? Man, nice work, guys. Oh, got it. And I will send out dots as well. I have them somewhere. I'll find them. I'll write in the slurs that I taught you, and I'll send that off to you guys. So you have that. Okay, let's play it a couple more times, and then I'll send you off. 1, 2, 3, ready, go. One more. Nice work, you guys. Okay, Mary, this would be a good time to stop the recording. I'll say goodbye.